Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. This is going to be a massive unboxing video of Golden Age keys, Silver Age keys, and some moderns mixed in as well. But some major Golden Age comics are going to be in this unboxing, and I'm going to show you. It's a really big box. I'm not even sure if I can show it. It's like so big. It's like crazy big. And it's basically what I do is I buy a whole bunch of heritage auctions. Like once a week, I'll buy like one or two auctions where I win on a fairly good price. Like what I try to do is I find out what the fair market price is. I go maybe 10 to 20% lower than the fair market price and hope that I win. And I usually put my bid in at the very last few minutes before they actually open the auction. So usually I'll be the winner up to that point. And when the auction happens, I let the chips fall where they may, and sometimes I win. And so I usually try to pick up comics that way, where I can get things at a reasonable price. So it doesn't always work. Like there's been many times where I didn't win any of the auctions, but what sometimes happens is I win an auction here, an auction there, and it adds up. So what I do is have them store all the auctions that I win until I'm ready to ship everything that I've bought from them. So this might be like 2-3 months worth of buying from Heritage. And, that's why it kind of gets into a big box after a while. So I just wanted to explain how it got so big. So I'm going to open up this box. It is a massive box. I'm going to back up a bit here so I can carry it over here. So you're going to just see a big box. It's like so big. And I'm going to try to open this so you can see me opening it. Hopefully I don't kill myself in the process of doing this. This is a really big box. Oh no, I'm going to get attacked by little chips. I hate these things. This is my pet peeve. I think I mentioned that in so many of my videos. They're going to be all over the place. I'm going to put it on the floor because it's just too crazy. So yeah, so let me just... Oh, I'm going to have to pause the video. They packed it with a box inside of a box. So it's like a puzzle. I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to do some cutting and I'm going to come back to you. Just 1 sec. Wow, that was intense. It was like, okay, so there's 1, 2, and hopefully my camera gets back in focus, and 3 unboxing. Okay, so that was very intense. There was just so much wrapping that I had to go through to get to the comics. And I am going to pull out the first bit of comics. There's still a lot more in there, but this is the first lot. And you'll notice that it is a lot of Golden Age Wonder Woman. So I'm going to show you these. I won this lot, and I got a good price on it. As I said, my method kind of works. So it was $156 for 4 Wonder Womans. They're not high grade or anything, but for 4 Wonder Womans, where normally you're paying like $100 each, I'm pretty happy. So the first one is Wonder Woman. Oh, this is actually Silver Age. This is Wonder Woman 111. This is Wonder Woman 101. These are all Silver Age, actually. The age cutoff for Wonder Woman is 98. Any issue after 98 is Silver Age. So this is 104. So typically these, actually the Silver Age ones, I was kind of giving a bit of a high number. They usually go for about $50. And this is 108. Kind of cool cover. Okay, so those are my Wonder Woman lot. Next is, let's see what else is in here. There's a bunch of slabs is mixed in as well. So let's see if we can do some more cutting. They wrap well. Gotta give them credit for that. So there's like a whole bunch. Oh, some more loose ones. And some more Wonder Woman. As I said in previous videos, I've been trying to get a complete set of Wonder Woman from 1 all the way up to 329. So that's the first series of Wonder Woman. And this is Wonder Woman 105. It's a very rare comic. And it is like the origin story of the Silver Age origin story of Wonder Woman. So a very cool comic to get. And it's in like maybe a 5 grade. And this is a Golden Age. This is actually a Golden Age Wonder Woman. And this is Wonder Woman number 15. So it's kind of a cool early Wonder Woman. It doesn't say that on the comic, but it is Wonder Woman 15. For this one, I paid, how much did I pay for this? I'll just try to give you the pricing for it. So Wonder Woman 15, they have all the invoice slips here. It's like so many. Yeah, it's Wonder Woman 15. I paid $200 for this. So these early Wonder Womans, even in this, you can see it's in pretty rough shape. It's like probably a CGC 2 if it's going to be CGC'd. So yeah, it's but it is a very cool comic. They're much thicker than the modern comics. They're pretty thick book. I think they're like 60 pages. So just really cool to get a Golden Age Wonder Woman. And for $200, that's not a bad deal. Okay. Next is some slabs. And once I get it out, now these are kind of some special ones, and I'll explain them. There's 3 slabs. So, I'm making a huge mess. Over here is just a disaster zone. This one's a very cool one. This is a Golden Age Phantom Stranger. Now, if you're not familiar with Phantom Stranger, it was a 1 through 6 were like from the 50s in Golden Age comics. They were kind of, it was a character that kind of survived the whole Golden Age fall, like where the Comic Code Authority came in and really destroyed the whole comic industry. And many characters kind of didn't really make it from that Golden Age into the modern age, especially within the horror genre. So this is like early, or late Golden Age. He's kind of like a superhero, but also has a bit of that 50s style horror comic. So it's kind of a cross between, and it was able to survive. And it's a character that still is quite popular today. So this was Phantom Stranger number 2. Now I have a few other issues of Phantom Stranger of the set. It's from 1 to 6, and they're pretty pricey books. These, in a high grade, these can go for thousands of dollars. So I got this for a reasonable price. I think it was about $400, just to give you a sense of how expensive they are. I think it was $400, yeah. The next one is a major key, and it's Flash 105. Now this is the first Silver Age Flash, not the first appearance of Flash in the Silver Age, but the first Flash as a title in the Silver Age. This is when he finally gets the title of Flash Comics, like Flash. And the other thing that's important about this comic is this character right here. This character is Mirror Master, and he's a really cool character. He can travel between mirrors. And if you've read the modern series called Deceased, he is really brutal as a zombie. He goes around killing people through mirrors. It's pretty crazy. and it's just a really interesting series. So I was like, I have to get his first appearance. He's just too cool of a character, and this is his first appearance in this Flash 105. And as I said, this is a major key for two reasons: because of this Mirror Master character, and because it is the first Flash title in the Silver Age. So very cool, 1959. And the last one, last slab, this is I can't even believe I got this so cheap. I paid $300 for this, I believe. Yeah, $300. So this is Tim Holt Comics number 6. I think there's only 9 of these on the census, and this is one of the highest graded ones on the census. And I paid $300, so it's just amazing. Now this is not a character that most people are familiar with, but it is a character that is kind of cool. This is the first appearance of the, it doesn't even say, I think it's the Coyote Kid, not Coyote Kid, what's the name of it? I'm pausing the video. I'm mispronouncing the name again. I'm terrible at names. That's one thing. If you watch my videos, you'll notice I'm very bad at names. So I'm going to pause the video, get the proper pronunciation of the guy's name, and I want to say it to you. So one sec. I don't know why I couldn't say his name. Calico Kid. That's what I was trying to say. So Calico Kid. Now Calico Kid is kind of a major character in a way, because he later becomes the Ghost Rider. Not the Ghost Rider with the motorcycle, but the Ghost Rider with the horse, and he's wearing like sort of like a cowboy white suit. He's kind of like a phantom. So the Calico Kid, this is his first appearance, and he becomes the Ghost Rider. So kind of a cool character. And this is a really rare comic, first appearance. As I said, there's only 9 of these books on the CGC census, and it is just incredibly rare. It's one of those ones where it's really hard to figure out the price for something like this. I think I got a good price for it. Usually I think it should go for around $400 to $500. It's not massively expensive, even though it is rare, because there's just not enough people that know about it to know that it's really something that they should pick up. So it's just kind of a cool comic, because I actually like the Ghost Rider, the early Ghost Rider, the pre-modern one, I guess. And yeah, so just a really cool comic. So that's those slabs. Now I still have 2 more to go. This is going to be a long video in terms of like just so much stuff inside. And there's lots more golden age comics in this. So I got some pretty good bids that actually won. I was so amazed that I won. So yeah, so this is pretty excited to show you all this. Okay, this is going to be a really cool little lot that I bought here. I think. This is a really cool lot. Now this one actually, I kind of bid on it, not actually planning to win, because I have most of these comics already. But it was one that, hey, I just figured I'd put a little bit on it and see what happens. And I just happened to win. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm fine with that. You know, if I win something, even if it's unexpected, sometimes it kind of works out. So that's what happened with this one. So let me just get it out for you. So these are all Tales to Astonish. It's a sort of a set of Tales to Astonish. And they're in low grade. They're not the highest grade. They're pretty, you'll see. But this is Tales to Astonish number 44. Now, if you're not familiar with Tales to Astonish, it is where Ant-Man got his first appearance. And Tales to Astonish number 44 is kind of a major key. It's the Wasp's first appearance. So this is the first appearance of the Wasp. Now, this is the original Wasp. If you watched the movie just recently, there's the young woman who's the wasp, and then there's the older wasp woman as well. The one that's the sort of the wife of not Scott Lang, but Prim. Uh, yeah, so yeah, this is her first appearance. So the first appearance of the wasp, kind of a minor key, that sells for about $200. Next one is Tales to Astonish number 49. Now I actually have both of these comics so far. This one is the first time where Ant-Man becomes like sort of like giant sized. So this is kind of a cool comic in that respect, that he becomes huge. So kind of a cool one. Next one is one I don't have, and this is why I actually bid on the auction at all, is Strange Tales 101. And this is kind of like early Human Torch one. I think this is when he kind of appears for the first time in the Silver Age. I'm not sure if that's right or not, but it's also a first appearance of a major character. Yeah, so this, as I said, this is the first solo series with the Human Torch. So kind of it's his first Silver Age solo story. So kind of cool issue. And the next one is Tales to Astonish 37. I never had this one before. I'm not really sure if it's a if it's a major key or anything, but it's kind of cool just to get like early Tales to Astonish. I believe this is the one. This is in between with Ant-Man stories. So this is like an early Ant-Man appearance. Okay. Next one. These are all really low grade. It's kind of a shame actually how beat up they are. But this is Tales to Astonish 42. So another early Ant-Man comic. Nothing really particularly of interest in these ones. But it's just kind of cool to always get these early ones. One sec. I'm just going to actually check if there's anything special about this comic. Yeah, so these are just, so sorry. I should mention that this is actually something. This is the third appearance of Ant-Man. So that's what makes this one special. This one has nothing special about it. It's just early Ant-Man. So next one is number 50. And this is kind of cool. Just like anytime it's like 50 or 100, I actually kind of like those like sort of landmark issues, like where's that number? This is actually the third appearance of Giant Man, and it is the first appearance of the Human Top. Nothing major, so you can see it says Unbeatable Top. Nothing super exciting, but kind of a cool comic. And it sells for anywhere from 50 in this kind of grade, probably about $50. So not a huge thing, but I didn't pay much for these. I got this as a little set and just a lucky win. So this is Tales to Astonish number 56, and it has like the magician in it. I think I'm not sure if this is the same magician, but yeah, no, it isn't. But yeah, this is kind of a cool cover. And last one, Tales to Astonish 57. Now this is kind of like a cool one because it's a crossover issue with Spider-Man, Giant Man, and the Wasp. It's just kind of a cool comic. So it's Tales to Astonish 57, and that's the lot. It was about $400 for that lot, I think. But there's 2 or 3 issues in there that are worth like $200 to $300 each in that lot. So not too bad actually. So this is the next one. This is the last package that I have to open, and this is the one that I was the most excited about. So best for last kind of thing. This is a Golden Age lot. Really amazing stuff in this. I got it for what I believe is a steal. I'm going to tell you right now, I paid $600 for this. So this is Golden Age Comics. I paid $600, and you're gonna think, wow, that's a lot of money. But what I got inside of this is some pretty big, some pretty big Golden Age stuff that I got for a good price. And I think part of the reason that I got it for such a good price is the way that they listed it on Heritage Auction. They didn't really look at the issues that were involved. So it's a lot of Captain Marvel, but Captain Marvel's Golden Age are still fairly affordable. You can buy like most of the in-between issues pretty cheaply, like $50. Okay, so getting a bunch of those isn't big money. So most people wouldn't bid that much on Captain Marvel. But still, even with that said, there are some Captain Marvel issues in Whiz Comics, in Captain Marvel Adventures, that do command big money. And it just happened that the way that they listed this, they didn't kind of highlight the key issues that were inside of it. And it just happens it has two major Captain Marvel comics. So I'm going to show you that because it's a big lot. So this was all of this for $600. It's quite huge. I think it's 15 comics from the Golden Age, and I'm going to show you them all. I'm going to leave the best ones for last in this lot, but it's Golden Age goodness. So, oh shoot, I have to show you the best one for first. So this one is actually really rough shape. It is probably I'm going to say a 1.5 or a 1.8 because if you look, it is really mangled. The spine is destroyed. However, if it wasn't for the spine, it is just if you could just ignore the spine, this is a really pretty book. It just shows really well. I'm not sure if it shows well on the video, but in real life, this is just beautiful. And even in this grade, this is a very pricey book. This is the first appearance of Captain Marvel Jr. So what happens is Shazam, or Captain Marvel, he shares his powers with other kids. And so he creates a new character called Captain Marvel Jr. And this is Captain Marvel Jr.'s first appearance. And now after this, Captain Marvel went on to have his own series. And those are actually quite popular as well. So Captain Marvel Jr., first appearance. Very major comic. And as I said, this one can go for probably about anywhere from $500 to $1,000 in this grade, even in this really bad grade. And as I said, the whole lot was $600. So that one comic pays for the lot. Now, I'm going to show you some more. There's a whole bunch in this lot. A whole bunch of Captain Marvel. So I'm going to show you some other things that are inside here, just so it's not all Captain Marvel. So there's Mad. This is Mad number 10. It's not a high grade, but even in a grade like this, maybe $50 to $100. So not bad. So early Mad. That's Golden Age Mad. It's always good to get some Golden Age stuff. Then we have Golden Age Policeman. I love these police comics. So, and it's Plastic Man. I'm a real big fan of Plastic Man. So this is Police Comics number 43. Nothing special about that issue, but it's just, it's kind of cool. The next one is, this one is really beaten up. Oh my goodness. Aces High. And these are cheap. This is Aces High number 1. Not particularly expensive comic, but, just kind of a cool issue. Maybe $20, $30 worth. It's not a super high valued comic, but kind of cool. So I just see these as a bonus, really. And next is another Mad. This one's not in a case. This is Mad number 17. So early Mad. Again, probably worth, it's actually, in good shape. I would say it's a 3, maybe a 3.5. So it's quite nice. I wish they would have bagged and boarded it, but that's a little strange. But you know, that as I said is probably about a $50 comic. Now this is kind of a cool one, and this is Panic. It's kind of similar to Mad, and it's Panic number 5. It's kind of not a super pricey comic, but it's early, again, EC, like humor kind of comic, and it's just kind of a cool one. So Panic, it's in the same genre as Mad magazine. Next one is Airboy Comics. Say that 10 times fast. And it's, you know, it's kind of a cool one. So that's interesting. Another Airboy Comics. I'm not sure what number these are. Doesn't quite say. But yeah, I'm not sure if these are any special. I don't think they're that valuable. But yeah, it's just kind of a cool Golden Age comic. And then Foremost. See, these are all, like, these were just in the lot, right? So this is volume 4, number 4. So kind of a cool, almost reminds me of Tintin looking one. I'm not familiar with this comic, but it's kind of a cool comic. Another one that's not bagged and boarded, but Police Comics, and it's in actually quite good grade, except for the fact that it's not bagged and boarded. It's Police Comics number 40. Let's see if we can get that in there. That's quite nice. Actually, very nice. Considering it actually looks like a new comic, but it is Golden Age. It's actually a really good grade. So that one actually might have some value to it. Usually when you get Police Comics, they're really beaten up. This one's in pretty good grade. I would say it's like a 4, maybe 4 or 5, depending if you press it maybe. So yeah, so it's definitely a nice comic. The next one is, so something like that, maybe a couple $100. Police Comics number 51. So this is another one of these. There was a bunch of Police Comics in this lot. And the next one is Whiz Comics number 5. Now this is the first appearance of the Squadron of Captain Marvel. So it's kind of cool. And it's another major, semi-major keys for Captain Marvel. So Captain Marvel 21. So the 21 and the 25 are the 2 big keys that were in this lot. And this was one that I actually was trying to get before. I've seen people offer it for anywhere from $500 to $1,000 for that one in a good grade. And this one is pretty beaten up in terms of the spine, but the actual cover itself is quite nice. And this one is not a key, but it's just a nice looking one. It is Whiz Comics number 24. And you can, all the spines on these were just mangled. Well, I guess what had happened was when they put the comics together, they had put them into like a binded book. And so when they made it for the auction, they removed it from the book and they, made it as individual comics. But the spines got destroyed in the process. So when they were kept in the book, they were actually, the covers themselves were kept very, very nice. So they show very, very well. The one concern that I have with these books is they might be trimmed, because generally when you bind books, they sometimes will trim them to make it fit properly. And I'm worried that these might have some trimming. So it might reduce the value. But they look very nice except for the spines. And there's one last one, or actually 2 last ones. Or is this 1 or 2? Yeah, 2. So these ones, they didn't put into bags and boards, and I'll have to bag and board these. This is Whiz Comics number 22. And this is what's considered to be like sort of like one of those covers where it's like an impossible cover. Like where, they're standing on clouds basically in the middle of, like, it's kind of cool. So it's just a really cool Whiz comics. And if you can tell, the comic itself doesn't look too bad. It has a pretty big tear right here, but it's the spines that are just mangled spines. And that really does kill the grade. So it's a shame that they were bound into a book. Now the very last one of the set that I got here, and the last one for this video, is Whiz Comics number 31. So this is again, it's a really pretty book. Like if it wasn't for the spine, this would be like a 9. Like it is just, it's super well, it's almost pressed. It's like so flat, and it is just stunning in terms of the colors. Nothing really wrong with it. Even the spines, if it wasn't for the spine, it would be just such a nice book. Just really, really nice book. I'm trying to handle it with care here. So yeah, so this was my, oh, a bit of lag there. Sorry about that. So yeah, so this is the last of the series of comics from this collection. Just a really nice book. And this has been my unboxing. Sorry, this has been my unboxing video. I'm having a little bit of video issues. Sorry about that. Please check out my other videos. I hope you enjoyed this video. There's actually one more big unboxing video coming up in a few days, so stay tuned for that. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.